Okay guys, so because I'm so pumped, I thought we might go through manipulating KC values. Yes, I've had too much coffee today, so as you can see I'm hyperactive. But okay, let's have a look at what basically we mean by manipulating KC values. Okay, I'll show you with one of my very famous equations. A plus B gives us C plus D. Now, say if we actually know the equilibrium constant for this reaction, say the equilibrium constant happens to be 100. And it doesn't have any units because if you can remember, molar times molar divided by molar times molar is no unit at all. Okay, so the Kc or K value is 100. Now, let's have a look at what would happen if the reaction was actually reversed. Alright, so let's have a look at this instance. C plus D gives us A plus B. Now, consider what would happen to the equilibrium constant. Okay, say they want you to figure out the equilibrium constant for this reaction. So basically what has happened is that the order of the reactants, you see these were the reactants here, now these are the reactants. Okay, and those that were reactants become products. So everything has basically been flipped around. As you can see, A plus B has become a product and C plus D has become a reactant. So we still calculate K value in the same way. We would still put products, so we'd still put this times by B divided by C plus times by D. And if you actually compare that to the very original equation, the very original K value, that would be in the reverse order. So what you'll find is that the Kc value for this expression is going to be C times by D divided by A times by B. Okay? So, I'm going higher in fumes. Alright, so as you can see, these two Kc values, I don't know if you can see the bottom one, but it's basically A times B over C times D. Alright, so they're reversed. They're kind of flipped over. So what you do is, the way you work out the K value is you actually inverse it. Okay, when you flip the equation around, you inverse the K value. It's a rule, okay? You can prove it to yourself by comparing the two Kc values that you generate. And, yeah, sorry, busy. Okay, so K value, K equals to 100. Alright, and the K value for this is actually calculated by inversing it. So, inversing we mean, we go 1 and we put it divided by 100. Okay, so that's the K value. And whatever, it becomes like something like 0.01. And it's no units, okay? So that's the first change that we can make. So just remember, keep it in your mind that when the equation flips around, okay, it means that you inverse the K value. Okay, let's have a look at case number 2. What happens when we decide to put in front of all of this, say, trustworthy equation again, beautiful, we're being very original here. Alright, so we've got K value equals to 100, as before. I am really going high on fumes now. Okay, so, let's say that we have multiplied, we have gotten this equation, 3A plus 3B gives us 3C plus 3D. Okay, now with that case, what you have to do is if you're manipulating it straight from here, you have to look at what the difference is between this equation and that equation. As you can tell, it's been multiplied by 3. So what we actually do to the K value, the new K value becomes Kc, the old Kc value, and we actually put it to the power of what we multiply the equation by, 3. And again, you can prove that to yourself by writing the K value and seeing that it's equal. But essentially, the coefficients in front, the factors that you multiply the entire equation by, become the factor that you raise your previous K value to. Okay, so it's going to become, K nu is going to become 100 to the power of 3. So you have dramatically increased the amount of extent that this is going forward, okay, by doing that. Alright, so it's going more significantly forward. Finally, let's have a look at a blend of both of those and see how all this is put together. Okay, so back to our trustworthy equation. A plus B gives us C plus D, and the K value is 100. It's not always, but yeah, you can change. I have no originality in me. Alright, now we're going to say we want to figure out the K value of this equation. Gives us half A plus half B. So as you can see, there are actually two changes that have occurred to this equation. Now the first change, I don't know why I wrote that out. The first change is, the first one was that it gets multiplied by 2. By a factor of half, sorry. And the second change is that it has been flipped around. So as you would have noticed, if I left that there, A plus B should have converted into C plus D, but it's been flipped. So essentially you have 2 in 1. Okay, so you can have double the fun. Alright, anyway, so you know that the KC value is equal to 100. Alright, now that was the old one, that was the previous one. If it's been multiplied by half, we basically put this to the power of a half, 100 to the power of a half, and then since it's been flipped around the equation, it becomes K value equals to 1 over 100 power of a half. You plug that into your calculator and you can find your K value of this equation. Now it doesn't matter in what order you put it. I could have decided to put this as flipped at first. Could have gone 1 over 100. And I could have just, you know, for this one just put it to the power of half. So it's already in that format. So it doesn't matter in what order you do it, as long as you do it. Okay? So that's basically theory about manipulating the KC value. I hope that has helped you. Feel free to visit the website. You'll find a lot of information on there and a lot of it will be very useful. Okay, bye.